Good afternoon, everyone. This is Christian with PerfectStockAlert.com, a 100% free service for smart investors and traders. All we ask in return, please refer a friend. Today is Monday, September the 23rd, 2013. We're looking at the Dow Jones Industrial Average and a few other charts as well today. I just wanted to cover the Dow because we've been talking about this for the past couple of days. And this move that we had here, we made lots of money on that. We advanced the stop up here, got a little move, went higher. We got stopped out though before that happened. And then we got this pullback. We told you that's what we were looking for. We prefer to see that and like to see it come back to this 50-period moving average here. We started to get a little reversal signal today, intraday. We saw kind of a hammer candlestick formation similar to this guy here or this guy here. It wasn't actually as bullish as this one. It was still red and indicating still sell pressure in the mix there. And then it broke down. We kind of lost that formation by the close. And that's fine. That can happen. The thing is, with this particular situation, you now know from various different things. If you watch today, you know that there was some buy pressure in the mix that you hadn't seen on this day. And then, so in this area, you'd be looking for some kind of reversal situation. You're starting to see the beginning stages of that as of intraday today. Also, you can look at just the candlestick formation itself by the close. You can see a little wick protruding out of the bottom there. It was not there on this day nor on this day. So you can see that you're starting to move into that buy pressure zone, which we talked about. And so that's all in line. Also, when you're in a bullish move and a bullish uptrend, a lot of times you will find support in the ultimate oscillator before you get down to the 30 line. So you'll find support at the 50 or the 40 line and then bounce off of that like you did back in this time period here. And then now you can see you're now at that point and you see a decrease in the rate of slide of the ultimate oscillator. So again, that would be calling for some kind of support zone in this area here. And then so one more way to look at that is simply go down and look at your volume. A lot of times when you find your bottoms in a pullback, you'll see volume actually drop off dramatically. So you'll see this little stuff like that, okay? And then in this particular case, it's the same thing. You see the volume just drops off dramatically here. That again would be indicating the same kind of consolidation phase. We're running out of steam to the downside, that kind of a thing. So look for that support to show up in the next day or two. I would look for it. You can be happy as early as tomorrow. You may even see a reversal where you're just trying to go the other direction, maybe get a bullish engulfing kind of a signal. That would be a bullish situation like you had over here, where you had a sell signal, and then the following day you went lower intraday, but then you bullishly engulfed it, and that shifts it again, and then you get confirmation that day and so forth. We talked about that back when it was happening. They had the first leg to the upside. Sorry about that. Had the first leg to the upside, and then the consolidation, and then you look for the second leg, and so forth and so on. All right, before we go on to look at any other charts, I want to remind you that if you go to the free website at PerfectStockAlert.com, there is a new feature there we brought out last it was Friday, and we updated over the weekend and show you guys various different opportunities within the Dow 30, the individual stocks make it the Dow Jones Industrial Average. There are several that I've set up pretty good, really strong on both the long-term and the short-term charts. Be sure to check those out. My notations are there to indicate which ones I'm focusing on. You can check them out, and they're updated nightly. And again, there's several that are setting up on the bullish side, which would make sense because you're seeing the overall average pullback, preparing for a bottom reversal back in the bullish direction. And so that would make sense. Individual companies would have to therefore be doing the same thing. Not all of them, but a good many of them. Okay, one area that looking at the markets that I'm not a big fan of would be the NASDAQ. I talked about this before. You have a rally that's gone on, very improper formation. Then she consolidated, and that can happen, that's fine. And then she'd broken out to the upside, that's fine as well. In this situation here, you do have a hammer candlestick formation, but note the distance between this candlestick formation and the 50-period moving average. The further that hammer candlestick is formed above that 50-period moving average, the less likely it is to be worth your time. So here's a situation here where you had one and the 50-period moving average way down here. You'd like to see them form on the pullback to the 50-period moving average. That would give you something that you could actually use and confidently. In this situation, we don't have that, so I've been leaving that alone. Also, point out the high point here, lower high here, trending down. Same time period on the chart activity, you see a high close here, higher close here, trending up. It's bearish divergence telling you it's a bogus rally. So it doesn't have to stop here. It's not something you just start selling because you feel that way about it. It's just something that I would just clearly stay away from. I can find better opportunities, and I pointed that out back when we had the Dow Jones at a really super oversold situation, down testing the previous lows, and yet the NASDAQ had come down like this, and I told you this is not enough to get me. I'd rather trade the Dow than the NASDAQ in the situation, and so I opted not to buy into this situation. I chose the Dow instead. Quick glance here at the Russell 2000 Small Cap Index. This is one I actually like and various different reasons. Again, we talked about this back when it was happening. The pullback was better in this scenario here than you had seen in the NASDAQ, so we chose this one. Again, note the hammer candlestick formation at or below the 50-period moving average, a confirmation, blah, blah, blah. Buys to the upside, she makes a new high, higher point than she'd seen before, and now she's pulled back. But where's she finding support? Today's activity shows support. So where is she finding support? Previous resistance. That makes perfect sense. So when you have previous resistance broken, it means you close above that, then you would find support. Typically, whenever resistance breaks, it turns into support. So finding support off this makes perfect sense. We're still long this position, and we're looking at this as another entry opportunity, possibly as early as tomorrow. So keep an eye on this also. Quick glance here at the S&P 500 Large Cap Index. This one, the same basic overall story as the chart formation of the Russell, where you had this move up here and then a nice quality pullback, and that's things we'd like to see. Nice hammer formation at or below the 50-period moving average, confirmation as a buy signal, made money to the upside, advanced the stop along the way. Now we've got this little pullback, that's fine, you don't move straight up, but this is an entry opportunity to be looking for that. Again, I want to point out the high point here, the higher high here, previous resistance is now going to be acting as support. In this case, you could actually draw it like that if you wanted to, and you'll see it's pretty much in line. You could look, just discount that one, this high point here, because it was a bearish divergence. Remember, high point here and lower high, so on. So we wouldn't trusting this anyway, and this is just really the top right here. We hit peak higher, we peak at the same level, a little tiny head and shoulders formation, and back down we go, and then we find support and we rally again. Now this pullback is near, again, the 50-period moving average. We're looking for entry opportunity in here. I can also point out, again, the same things I pointed out with the support zones typically found in an uptrend will be at the 50 area, 40 to 50 area on the ultimate oscillator. That's very common. It indicates a strong bull market, and so we're looking for that as well. The Wilshire 4500 or the EMW, the same basic overall story. However, note the candlestick formation, much clearer here. Nice hammer candlestick formation. So again, this is something to keep an eye on. Now, just because it makes the candlestick formation of the hammer doesn't mean you go out and buy it. You wait for confirmation. You may just as easily find this to be a false, and what would happen then is you drop lower and you come down to this point that we actually want to see the 50-period, the hammer at the 50-period moving average. At that point, that would be the real one. You'd take that and make more money to the upside. So keep an eye on it, but there's obviously setting up for a continuation move higher here. There are a lot of these kind of signals on individual charts that you'll find, which are basically just shooting star signals like that, like that, like that. However, these guys are not really opportunities for great sell opportunities. You need your overall market to be breaking down in order to really take advantage of those. What I would do is focus on the overall trend. Don't counter trend trade. So in this situation here, we have these higher highs and higher lows. You have this high point here, this higher high here, this low point here, this previous one here. It's forming at some point. This is going to be in an uptrend, and so why would you be looking to sell an uptrend? You're going to make small profit rather than the bigger moves that are still going to be in the overall up trend, which is currently up. So work with the trend, not against it. Is the main point there. All right, here's a quick glance at Caterpillar chart. This is one of the Dow 30 charts that we have on the website there. Like I said, there's several of them. Caterpillar, Intel, Coca-Cola, AT&T, Verizon, Walmart. There's several. The main thing here is to show you there's lots of volatility in the short-term chart here. Like that as a trader, that's what you want to see. That gives you the opportunity to make lots of money there. And then this is setting up again, nice pullback here. And where's it at? It's at the 50-period moving average. That's what you want to be looking for. Do you find a good quality entry signal, hammer candlestick formation, dojis? These things happen at tops and bottoms. Let me clear that up again. So let me show you what we got right now. Forming, you can see kind of a hammer candlestick slash doji. Basically, you're indicating some buy pressure there, and that's the main thing you want to spot. And then look for confirmation. That's why we got the black arrow here. A black arrow simply indicates, whenever you find them on my chart, it simply indicates that the direction of the trend shift that we're looking for at this point in time. It doesn't mean we jump in and get involved. With a blue arrow would be more of that would be what you're looking for there. A blue arrow would indicate we have confirmation in that direction. But right now we're just looking at this actual overall trend is still very bullish. And if you look at the long-term chart, again, this is the short-term 3-month daily. Look at the long-term chart. It's on the website, and you will see why I'm more bullish on Caterpillar than you might see in various other charts that are out there. If you've not been to the free website at perfectstockalert.com, it's right there. It's 100% free, and all we ask in return, please refer a friend. Also, the Dow 30 alerts I was mentioning right here on the website, and you can go here to check out the nightly market analysis charts. My personal charts are right there to show the various different charts that I see opportunities in. I didn't cover them all in every single video, so be sure to check them out nightly. They're updated nightly. And then also the changes that I made to the site I mentioned on Friday. I made a few more, so on actual Saturday, I think it was, or maybe it was Sunday. I think it was Saturday. Anyway, I changed the trading methods over here, so you can just select the one you want to view rather than going through the whole list. And so this will be much easier for you. And then again, I want to point out the chat room section feature right here. It's not working right now. That's because I haven't actually activated it. I'll activate it later this month, and we'll start that. I just want to have all my bills for the website on the same time period, so that's why it's not been activated yet. And then once it's activated, you can just simply join in the live chat intraday or after the close whenever you like. And again, it's 100% free, all right? God bless, take care. I will see you in the next one, and let's go make some money. Please take a moment to review our disclaimer. The information provided herein is our opinion only. Under no circumstances do any statements here represent a recommendation to buy or sell securities or make any kind of an investment. You are responsible for your own due diligence. To summarize, we do not provide investment advice, nor do we make any claims or promises that any information here will lead to a profit, loss, or any other result. These videos are for educational purposes only.